This is a really nice crank set. My chain line looks to be, I guess, a little less than 45 millimeters. These are said to be about a 44 millimeter chain line. Just got one of the crank bolts off. I don't know what size that is, but it smells like kerosene. To get the cranks off, I'm gonna have to use this special tool. I've got the wrong attachment on it, but I'll just put that on for the square taper. I just thread this in, and then I should be able to get that off. Might take a little effort, but then of course on the other side it's just the same thing. That down, and then we have to, so I think I just pivot it like that, and that should work. This bottom bracket spindle does have some wiggle to it, so it's probably not a very good one. Now I could use this tool. It just fits like that. It's got a little bit of play in it. There's this other one. It's a 36 millimeter laser precision made by Park Tool. It has a little less play. Maybe I'll use it. And to loosen, I think, because this is English, so the drive side I actually have to turn it clockwise to loosen. It has a lot of resistance. I think it's probably a very poorly made bottom bracket. I discovered that the bearing cage is actually broken. Some of the bearings are falling out. Here's another piece of the cage, so that's not very good. On the other side you can see that there's loose ball bearings just kind of floating around in there, and I will have to use this lock ring tool. So the non-drive side, the loosening is done in the counterclockwise way, what you might call the regular way. Just get that off, and yeah, that's not very good. There's a lot of rust and junk in there too. I'm going to use this Gas Monkey Garage all-purpose cleaner. I was able to enter a contest to win a car for buying this product, but I did not win the car. I'm going to measure the frame, and it's reading 68.16. You can see it better if I hold it like this, and it's blinking, I think, because the battery is dying. Now the bottom bracket itself is called Mountain FJ. It is a Shimano. And if I measure it from cup to cup, I'm getting 69.52. So I'm pretty sure there's supposed to be a spacer, probably on the drive side. It has this little plastic insert that goes between the cups to keep water and other debris out of the bottom bracket spindle area. It's got little O-rings on both sides, and it just kind of presses in like that. They call this short type. I don't know why they didn't just call it 68. And I'll add some grease to the threads using this grease brush that I bought from Harbor Freight. You get a whole pack of them like this for whatever it costs. I couldn't find any regular spacers, so I'll have to use this chain guide adapter plate instead. Here's the special tool you need for the Hollowtech 2. It also works for Trevative howitzer. There's a special safety feature on the non-drive side, and it's got a little metal pin right there. The closed loop of the safety feature is anchored into place by a cap screw. Try to line that up. Okay, there it is. I'll just tighten that till it stops. And then that can pivot. And you can see on the non-drive side of the spindle, there's the hole where that pin must go. You can see I've got that pin anchored into place. If I want to remove this, I just use the special tool and pull it up like that. But that's how it fits in. If you are not able to push that pin into the hole, it may mean that you installed these cranks on a larger bottom bracket shell than what you are allowed to use, and then you will have inadequate spline engagement of the crank arm and will be at a higher risk of destroying the crank arm, the spline that is on that aluminum crank arm. And apparently with this tool you tighten down this whatever they call this little nut. You don't tighten it down real tight, you're just tightening it to you know, seat the crank arm into place. That's probably adequate. And then you proceed in tightening these down, not all the way at once. You tighten one down a little bit, and then you tighten the other one down, and then you do the other one a little bit, and you just keep doing that with a torque wrench until you reach the specified torque value. Looks like my plastic spacer safety device was coming out a little bit, so I'll try to do a better job of holding that into place. And you're supposed to use the pedal washers that come with the cranks, and I've got some pedals which are a little bit small and awkward, but I think they'll work. I think that's the right way. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, that's the wrong one. I'm supposed to use the one that's marked right side. And you could use a pedal wrench instead of just hand tightening them. I think there's a torque spec for this, but I don't have it with me. Now it's all ready to go. Look how stylish that is. Hopefully that wallet won't fall out. You really can't argue with how well that polished aluminum goes with those white wall tires.